Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sovereign Thinking. My name is Michael, and today I will be reading part 9 from a book called The Law of Attraction by Michael Losier. Last week we read all about allowing statements and allowing tools, and in our journal activity we even got a chance to practice them as well. Today we get to address the elephant in the room, money. After briefly summarizing what we learned from allowing, which in my opinion is very important to keep at the back of our minds, Michael Losier talks about attracting money in abundance. I like how he discusses different ways that one can attract money that may seem a little out of the box at first glance. So let's get started. Wrapping up step 3, allowing. So here's what we've covered in this section. Allowing, which is the third step of deliberate attraction process, is the most important step. That allowing is the absence of doubt. Doubt is a negative vibration. The negative vibration of doubt cancels the positive vibration of a desire. A limiting belief is a repetitive thought. When you say, "I can't because," you've just uncovered a limiting belief. Finding proof helps you remove doubt. Finding evidence that others are having or doing what you want to have or do helps you to remove your doubt. The purpose of allowing tools is to help you remove doubt, and that the 10 allowing tools are celebrating the evidence of proof, recording proof of the law of attraction, appreciation and gratitude, using the expression "I'm in the process of," using the expression "I've decided," using the expression "lots can happen," ask for information, make yourself an attraction box, create a void or a vacuum, and lastly, allowing the law of attraction to figure it out. Abundance is a feeling. Be more deliberate to include the feeling of abundance in your current vibration, your vibrational bubble. So become more abundant and attract more money. You have learned so far that all feelings give off vibrations, either positive or negative. Abundance is a feeling, and that's good news. Why? Because all feelings can be duplicated. Abundance is a feeling, and that feeling has a corresponding vibration that you can duplicate. In many cases, people are duplicating the feeling of lack, sadness, or hopelessness simply by the thoughts and the words that they use. Given that you can generate feelings by your words and thoughts, you can learn how to duplicate the feelings of abundance more intentionally by changing the way you use your words and thoughts. The law of attraction doesn't know if you are generating a thought by remembering, pretending, creating, visualizing, or even daydreaming. It simply responds to our vibration in that moment, and we can only send out one vibration at a time. So by creating the vibration of abundance more deliberately and more often, we are now including it in our vibrational bubble more often, thus increasing abundance in our life. Your objective is to include the vibration of abundance in your vibrational bubble as often and as long as possible. The good news is it is easy to duplicate the vibration of abundance. You may be abundant in your life every day and haven't noticed it, celebrated it, or talked about it, therefore not including it in your vibrational bubble. Build a list of all the sources and resources where money and abundance can come from. Most people, when asked, "How could you get more money?" will answer by saying that they could work more hours to earn more money, or get a part-time job to earn more money. For these people, their belief that this is the only way to increase their abundance is a limiting belief. There are actually many other ways where abundance is evident in your life. And so, on the following page, there is a partial list of areas that can be deemed as abundant. In other words, when you experience anything on the following list, for most people, it generates that feeling of abundance within them. You may also notice that in many cases, the feeling of abundance is not always related to money. So sources of abundance examples includes when someone treats you to lunch or breakfast or dinner, when someone gives you free advice or coaching, you receive gifts, you receive free transportation or lodging, you get your second cup of coffee free, someone gives you a prize, you buy something at a discount or on sale, you get to use Air Mile points or reward loyalty program points. You win door prizes. You trade or exchange with somebody. You sell your products or services. I also want to add my own source of abundance to this list as well, and that is gaining extra time, such as getting a paid day off or finishing a project earlier than you thought. Do you remember in the last section where we discussed about one of the tools of allowing being that of creating a void? Well, with extra time on your hands, you create a void where you can take action to pursue what you want, or at least that's what I think. You're absolutely free to use any extra time however you want, but the fact remains that you create a void that you or the universe can fill, even if you do decide to just do nothing with your free time on your hands. According to Michael Losier, if you observe your feeling of abundance, then you begin to attract more free time in that kind of an instance. I just wanted to share that with you because the idea of finding extra time is something that wasn't discussed explicitly in Michael Losier's book. And if you have any sources of abundance that you would like to share, then feel free to leave a comment. Let's move on. Tools for including the vibration of abundance in your vibrational bubble. Tool number 1, record evidence of your abundance. So keep a daily log of all the sources from which you are receiving abundance. This will significantly help you in noticing abundance in your life. Keeping a daily log shows you concrete proof or evidence that abundance does exist and is already present in your life. Celebrate. When you notice abundance, celebrate the evidence of it in your life. And while celebrating, know that you are offering the positive vibration of abundance. Remember, at every moment, including right now, the law of attraction is responding to the vibration you are offering and giving you more of the same. Keeping this log encourages you to spend more time celebrating your abundances, thereby including it in your vibrational bubble more frequently. Here is an example of an entry in a daily log to attract abundances. So, I'm abundant. Today I attracted abundance when a friend paid for my lunch. During lunch, I received a half hour of free coaching. I had free transportation to and from the airport. I received a check from a client. I received a thank you email. I got a deal on my new eyeglasses. Maintain your own daily log and do this exercise for the next 7 days, and you will notice yourself saying, I'm so abundant, I've attracted evidence of abundance every day for the last 7 days. Or, I'm so abundant, I've attracted hundreds of dollars of free advice in the last 7 days. Ideally, you would continue to do this well beyond the 7 days. Become more deliberate in your offering of the vibration of abundance, and the law of attraction will bring you more of the same. Although there are 2 more tools, I wanted to pause here because I want to share an observation and understanding from my own perspective. Do you notice how this tool is essentially a combination of some of the allowing tools discussed in the previous section of the book? I just wanted to point this out because the methods are the same to attract abundance and wealth as it is with attracting anything else, or at least that is how I am interpreting this section so far. You might be disappointed in now knowing that there isn't a magic quick fix or trick, rather the law of attraction applies to everything the same way. To boil it down, as I understand it, you have to ask yourself what you really want, give that desire attention, and then allow it to happen using some or all of the tools we covered in the previous section. The same methodology is really applied to attracting money and wealth as well. I think that what Michael Losier doesn't really explain well is that if you are in a negative space with money that you can't seem to get out of, then you need to go deeper within yourself to check in and explore why you have limiting self-beliefs about money. I have guided these exercises in this series, journal exercises, but sometimes you can uncover something that you need professional guidance with, and that's completely okay. If this series, and if by any chance my journal exercises have helped you become aware that you have an issue, then that is something valuable that you now have in your possession, which is being aware of a deeper problem. And with awareness comes the power to change it. So we still have more tools to cover. Let's just continue on reading. Tool number 2, always say yes to money. A lot of people feel challenged to say yes when someone offers to pay for their lunch, or buy them a gift, or wants to simply give them money. Many people, when offered to have their lunch paid for, respond with, no, that's okay, you don't need to do that, or, oh no, I'll pay for my own, you don't have to buy me lunch, or even, oh no, I couldn't. Does this sound like you or someone you know? In all of these statements, you can hear resistance to receiving money. The new you, however, will learn to say, thanks, I would like that, and you'll start to feel good about it. You may experience discomfort at first, but as you continue to say yes, it will get easier and you will feel your resistance starting to fade away. This in turn opens up your allowing for more money. Start saying yes to money today. Tool number 3, hold on to that check. Do you want to raise your vibration when it comes to receiving more money? Then hang on to checks you've received for a little bit longer. Instead of cashing a check the day you get it, holding on to it will generate more vibrational value if you observe it for a day or even more. Every time you view the check, you will get a little jolt of excitement that will be offered to the law of attraction. Remember that each time you feel that little jolt of excitement, that you are now including that vibration in your vibrational bubble. When you notice that something made you excited about money, do it over and over again. The law of attraction is always responding. Wrapping up abundance and attracting more money. So here's what we've covered in this section. Be more deliberate to include the feeling of abundance in your current vibration. Become aware of many different sources of abundance. Recording evidence of abundance increases your attention to the vibration of abundance. Your job is to include the vibration of abundance as often as possible in your vibrational bubble. Celebrate the moment you've noticed that you've attracted something abundant. And these tools were here to help you attract abundance more deliberately, which include recording the evidence of your abundances, always saying yes to money, and holding on to that check. This book was written in the early 2000s, so some things are going to be slightly outdated. Instead of holding on to a check for a longer period of time, why not cash it out and place some of the money in a jar? The idea would be the same, but at least you could feel comfortable knowing that your check has cleared. Saying yes to money is a challenge for a lot of people, and I would actually like to add on, and Michael Losier does sort of imply this, that expressing gratitude is not only courteous, but also one of the tools of allowing that helps to attract more of the same. I think that the more important point that Michael Losier is trying to convey is that you shouldn't deny money or abundance when it is being given to you, as that sends out a negative vibe to the universe, which in turn clashes with what you are trying to attract in your life. I'm sure that you've already guessed it, but we are going to be stopping here for today. Michael Losier didn't write any more on attracting abundance other than what we have read today, so later this week we'll focus our journal work on working specifically with abundances. My biggest realization when reading through this section is that the process to attract money in abundance is really the exact same as using the law of attraction to attract anything else. You just need to implement the 3 steps of deliberate attraction and be clear on what kind of abundances that you are looking to attract. This Friday, in a guided journal exercise, I will also be focusing our journal work on exploring the relationship that you have with money and abundance. And even though we are moving into relationships in the next section that we read, we are definitely not done with working with the law of attraction when it comes to money yet. As always, please just take what vibes with you, leave what doesn't, and also just take it one day at a time. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.